Hello everyone. Today we will be reviewing the movie Never Back Down 2, The Beatdown. I will say first off for this movie, it definitely focused more on the mixed martial arts aspect of it. I mean, it did have some sort of background story, but most of the background story tied into the mixed martial arts. We come into Case, a former mixed martial artist who was sentenced to some time in prison. He served 2 years for good behavior and he was released. It seems that the cops are trying to, or at least one cop in particular is trying to get him back into jail for whatever reason. I do not know. They don't really touch on that any more than just this cop doesn't really like Case that much. So, anyhow, he takes in a former boxer who is basically told that he has a detaching retina, and if he continues to box, he could go blind permanently in that eye. So they tell him his boxing career is over. And then the other guy, I believe, is from college, and one of the guys is off the street, and another one has some sort of debt or, yeah, like struggling family-wise with his mom, and he has two siblings, so I guess he's trying to help his family get out of debt by going into MMA to fight to earn money that way. So Case takes on all four of these guys. Max Cooperman returns. Of course, he is the host of the Beatdown, which is supposed to be taking place in 100 days from the time these guys start training. One of the guys ends up, the guy who's coming off the street, he was stabbed, and then Case and the first guy who he's training with end up helping him get away from the people who are trying to ultimately kill him, because I guess they owe him, or he owes them some sort of amount of money or something, maybe. I'm not exactly sure. Can't remember that. It's not really vital to the movie, I wouldn't say. But anyway, he trains with Case for a while, ends up kind of being like the not bad guy, but what's the word I'm looking for? He's basically the not bad guy, but like he kind of keeps the guys divided, I guess. In a way, I'm not really sure what word I'm looking for there. But anyhow, he kind of pushes them, tries to get them angry at one another all the time. Anyway, he ends up going off the rails and going back after the guys that attacked him in the beginning of the movie, and goes to Case's trailer and tries to thank him, says he wouldn't have been able to do it without him, and then he does kind of become, like, I guess, the villain of the film, because he tries to frame Case for the attack, I guess, after Case tells him to get out because he doesn't want to train him any longer. So then they go on to the Beatdown to fight against the guy who goes off the rails, and eventually they end up winning or beating him in the end, because Case always says to the guys that a angry mind is a closed mind, or maybe not the exact words he used, but he said that if you fight angry, your mind shuts down first and then your body shuts down, so you've got to fight confidently and smart rather than angry. Never go into a fight angry, because then you're always thinking about what you can do to somebody and not what they can do to you. So eventually they are able to work on that and able to win the Beatdown. Even after all of the hardships, it seems, they come out on top. Not all of them, of course, because unfortunately two of the guys that Case trained ended up having to fight one another in the semifinals, and then the guy who went off the rails ends up breaking one of the guy's legs in the bathroom, so he can't fight him, which probably would have been a much quicker fight. But then they get the other guy to step in, and he ends up winning the entire Beatdown. So I guess the film was, yeah, better in the sense that it focused more on the mixed martial arts. But I would say this was definitely more of a low-budget movie, even though it did focus more on the MMA aspect of things. It was definitely more low-budget, and there were a few people from the actual MMA world in it, like Lyoto Machida. I did see Dustin Poirier in there in one of the actual fights in the Beatdown, the very first one. He didn't last very long, but this is just for a movie, right? So I think that kind of makes sense. Although he's not even credited in the movie, so you just have to know him. If you know what his tattoos look like and stuff, you just have to like kind of spot that in the quick little scene that he's in. But I did notice that. I also thought Clay Guida was in it, but it turns out wasn't him. And who was the other guy that was in it? In the car at the very end. Damn it. Yeah, I'm trying to think now. But I recognized him immediately because I believe he was a... Was he a ref at one point in time? Let me just check here. Oh, there. That was easy. Who was that guy? Oh, yeah. John McCarthy. I believe John McCarthy was a referee at one point in time, was he not? If I'm mistaken, or he may still be in some sort of promotion. I don't know. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see at least a few MMA guys in the actual movie, as well as I guess the guy who does the training case is actually a real mixed martial artist. I thought maybe they were just doing that for the movie, but I guess he does have some sort of mixed martial arts background, which was kind of obvious in a sense. When he was fighting the cops in the one scene, so that he didn't get taken in. Eventually they catch him anyway and question him, but he ends up getting out due to the fact that I guess they can't hold him on anything. So there you go. I think that's probably besides my rating. So I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. Just based on the fact that it was more B-rated. Some of the storylines were kind of odd, and some of the acting wasn't as good as the first one, I would say. I say they put more thought process into the first movie, I guess. But I suppose as mixed martial arts movies go, it wasn't quite as popular as it is today, I suppose. So maybe this film, if it was remade, would be a little bit better. Possibly. Well, it probably would be, for sure. I guess there's a third Never Back Down movie, but it's not on Netflix, unfortunately, so I have to find a different way to watch it and do a review of it in the future. Because it does have the same guy in it, because at the end of the film, he says that he's willing to go back into Strikeforce. I don't know if Strikeforce is still a promotion, mixed martial arts promotion or not. I think it's just basically Bellator, FC, I believe, LFA, and UFC. I don't think Strikeforce exists anymore. I could be wrong on that. If Strikeforce does exist, comment it down below. But I believe it's no longer a promotion. And yeah, I think I gave my rating 6 out of 10, based on the fact that it was more of a B-rated movie, but it did focus on the mixed martial arts aspect more, so it definitely had its perks there, as opposed to the first movie where I kind of feel like it was more focused on the backstory with just the mixed martial arts was kind of there as a thing, but this was more of the mixed martial arts was the forefront of the movie as far as I was concerned, and the stories just kind of meshed together meshed together better in with the mixed martial arts as opposed to the first movie. Yeah. So that's all I have to say about this film. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye for now.